voice of Master Chief, Spartan 117, and you're tuned in to Next Podcast. Now, wake me when you need me.
I hate it when people say za. It's so fucking stupid.
And like, what is going on, people?
Yeah. Oh my god. You sound so professional.
Za means pizza. But they don't want to say pizza, they want to say za.
Yo, what is up, everybody? As you can hear, we are already moving forward. We already have the cogs turning. So to speak. And as soon as I said cogs, I know Crispy's like ears perked up real quick. Yo, what is going on? Welcome to the next podcast. That is right. We are live. It is Thursday, prime time. Yo, shout out to the chat. What is going on, everybody? Great to see you guys. And guys, I think I say this just about every week, but I am really, really excited for tonight's show. We have a wide range of topics, things to talk about. Games, people that are heading gaming platforms for so many years and stuff like that. And we get to really share our thoughts and opinions on these things. So it is really good to see you guys in the chat. If you haven't done it yet, hit that thumbs up button. Share this show out wherever you talk games on social media, wherever you talk games to actual gamers out there. Let them know that we are live right now and we are going in. Yes, we will be talking about Phil Spencer tonight and what he has done at Xbox. Yes, we will be talking about Outriders tonight. But what else? What else? Well, stay tuned, guys. Right now, we got to get into the intros, and I am going to start in the Lone Star State. That's right. They say everything is bigger in this state, which is why Predator moved there. Because it is the perfect size for his ego. What is up, Predator?
Hi, guys. Happy to be here. There's some Outriders. Watching some little Nas X videos. Yes.
Wow. Like, oh my goodness, Pred. I am so excited.
Oh, man.
Oh, my God. Yo, happy to be here, man. We got a lot to talk about today, man. Some Outriders. I've been rocking that shit all day.
Yo, shout out to Predator. Predator. Percolator, who's listening. And guess what? We are introducing. Yeah.
Don't start that shit.
Yeah. Yo, that was crazy today. Yo, shout out to Perk. Yo, Perk, Pred, and myself were playing Outriders today. It was a blast, man. I had a lot of fun. But all right, let's get next on the list, guys. He was missing last week, so we did a tribute, and we gave you guys all the words he would typically say throughout the show, all right? And that's what we did last week, but he is here today to give you those words himself. That is right, the man from the East Coast, the Beast Coast, the one dropping that hashtag Crispy Truth. Crispy Bomb, what is up, bro?
Oh, I had to cheat on the next podcast to get this here Tower of Power. I'm sorry, guys. I'm sorry. But tribute, I mean, I ain't dead, bro. Like, come on. Like,
it'd be kind of weird if you were dead.
I'm back. I'm back. and we're ready to go. And we got some great topics, including, I believe everybody here has played this game, and I think it's going to be a great conversation because it's been a while since I've been so excited to go back into a game until now. So let's get into it.
Yeah.
Really?
It is good to have you back, bro. I believe the consensus last week when we were talking about, phrases and words that Crispy brings to the table. I think the number one word, the number one phrase that the chat really started putting down there in the comment section was ecosystem. So be prepared to use ecosystem tonight, brother.
Ecosystem?
Ecosystem, sure. Okay?
Plethora. What? Nobody brought up plethora?
Nobody brought up
come on.
plethora. No.
Yeah. I use that word a lot more than a lot of other people do.
Dude,
Just saying.
As soon as you said that, I'm like, you know what? That is true. That is true. All right, but guys, moving on. We're going to go all the way to the opposite coast. That is right, the West Coast. And I am glad we got this guy in for another show before his state sinks into the Pacific Ocean. That is right. Knoxximus, what is up, brother?
What's up, man? It was so nice to not have to hear about Gears last week, and now we have to fucking hear about it this week. Oh my god, dude. I'm not looking forward to it. Because I know as soon as we talk about this game that we're going to be talking about, someone, not going to name names, is going to bring up fucking Gears. And I'll be like,
where's the connection? Where's the connection, really?
Only one of the developers that made one of them. Yeah, sure. Okay.
Yeah, yeah, sure. Okay.
Well, you know.
Nobody cares.
Exactly.
All right. And
It sounded like a ball sack was in your mouth.
Crispy said he is experienced at hearing ball sacks in mouths, by the way.
Yeah, he has experience with that.
But guys, next on the list, that is right, the man who is with me from the beginning, episode 1 to this day. I have no idea how he does it, but he is coming live from the 405. And you know, he's only here to talk to the intelligent gamers, people. K-Mega, what is up, brother?
What's happening, everybody? What's going on? Chilling. About to get ready to play some Outriders and do the show. Let's get it.
Yeah, dude, man, you and Don had me up until 3:15 in the morning. Like,
yeah, and then Don tapped out, and then Game Down Sights came in, and then I was like, okay, just one more. And then next thing we know, it was 6:30 in the morning, 6:30, almost 7. I was like, so I was like, man, and then I wake up like at, I don't know, 1 o'clock this afternoon. I'm like, gee whiz, that's crazy. So,
and he went right back to Outriders. Yeah.
Well, no. I had a friend come over, and so we was talking and stuff, and so it was cool. But yeah, it was great. This game is really, really dope, man. Really dope.
Nice. And again, shout out to the chat. I see you guys. Indie Gamer, what is up, brother? It has been a while since I've seen that name in the chat. Good to see you, bro. Our brother Albert is here. Good to see you every week, man. The dude supports the show. So many people in the chat, we got to get to our first subject, and why not bring it up, man? We started talking about it. Everybody's been talking about it today. It is officially the release day of Outriders, and of course, with that being said, it is a multi-platform game. It is a third-party game made by the developers People Can Fly, and it went into Game Pass day and date on their launch day. That is right, people. I downloaded this game a little after midnight via K-Mega's name on my party chat, and was able to get in and play it just because I had Game Pass. But we need to do our first impressions and such. So, you know what? I'm going to go to Predator first, because I know Predator has played this. We were playing today with, again, shout out to Percolator, who, that was our trifecta. That was our 3-person team right there. Pred, Percolator, and Xbot. Pred, give us your first impressions of this game, what you think about so far. Let us know if you know kind of like your ranking and like how, kind of like how far you've gotten into the game, like time-wise or whatnot. But let us know your thoughts, brother. Okay, Pred. Did he walk away?
Probably.
Yo. Oh.
That's just how we treat your show, man.
I see this, man.
You don't see people on GRG or Crossfire walking away.
It's like, did he just walk? Did he walk away? Yeah. That's all right. I think he took his controller and the headset into the bathroom while we were playing Outriders today. So that was an experience. You know what? Let's go with Crispy on this, man. I think Crispy already started gushing a little bit, and he's got new hardware to play it on. So he's been playing it on his brand new Series X. He's got a nickname for it and everything. So, Crispy, man, what are your thoughts? Like, how far have you gotten into this game? Have you played it?
Of course I've played it. This game is freaking crack, dude.
It's crack.
Like, legit. It is absolutely insane what you can do in this game. And it only makes me want to play it more. Because after I finally figured out how to use it, because it's not like a lot of people be like, oh, it's Gears. No, it's not.
No, it's not.
It's definitely totally different. And it makes you feel like a god once you figure out every, like, you know, nuance to it. And once you do, you still have a challenge because you literally have enemies rushing around you constantly. And they'll pop up anywhere. And it's one of those things where it's like, okay, I joined somebody that was way farther ahead than me. And I was like, oh, I'm getting my butt whooped. But then as soon as I'm where the level I am because of the gear I got and everything else, I'm like, okay, this is fun. So as I figured out, you know, how to use it, because I'm using Trickster right now, I feel like I can do anything. And that's what I want from a game. It's mindless fun, but at the same time, you feel valued because you are able to earn things. And you're also able to kind of carry people even at a higher level than you at times because you have different powers than they do. And those powers can come into really, you know, a different realm. And of course, I'm going to love the third person view. I mean, I feel like that makes it even better, in my opinion. And I feel like they did something that I thought could never happen. They made me want to like constantly play this game, and I have never felt that except Division 1 at times, but I kind of left it for a long time and then I came back. This game, unless they really screw up at some point, I just feel like I'm going to be playing it for hours upon hours because it's that good. And they really did it. They made a looter shooter Gears game, but it's looter shooter with powers. You feel like if you know what you're doing at a certain point, you feel like a god almost. Like you just like the Trickster. I'm just pop up behind all these enemies. I just call it the big like slow-mo, and then I just slash half of them, and then they become skeletons, and I'm just like, how did they do this game? Like, and I don't know how they did it, but the mechanics feel really good. The game feels really good. And on top of that, you know, they have world tiers like a Division. Like, I'm used to a lot of the things they have, the gameplay mechanics, the cover mechanics. I'm used to that. I'm like, for me, this is ridiculous. Like I just want to play this game like right now, but of course, we got to talk about it because it's that good. You know what I'm saying? Like, it is a really good game. And for it to be on Game Pass is just ridiculous. Like, I didn't have to pay a damn dime for this thing except for my subscription. Like, come on, man.
Hell yeah.
Like, this is just awesome, dude. Like, I am like, we're probably all going to play because, like, this game has just got me. It's got me already. I only played for about 2 hours, but it's got me, dude. I'm just loving it.
Nice, brother. And yeah, the whole Game Pass thing, I think that's absolutely huge, man. I've seen so many people on my friends list playing this game today, whether or not they, you know, either they bought it or they're playing it on Game Pass, man. I think Game Pass is just gonna bring this game out to so many more people. And another thing about that, Crispy, if you look at the business side of it, all day today, like, Xbox has been promoting Outriders and Game Pass together. Like, yeah, Outriders is out today, launch day, and play it on Game Pass. Like, they have been out there on social media.
Well, and I want to just bring this up real quick. Like, usually, and don't get me wrong, they've had a little bit of issues, but I feel like that's more server side. And they've been open on what they're doing. You know what I mean? Like, we found this out. We're fixing it. This is what we're used to on Xbox, at least. You know what I'm saying? Like, we're used to, like, them being like servers down the party chat. Like, the party chat didn't work for a little bit, and then all of a sudden, like, me and my buddy joined and it worked. So, like, I think Xbox and Square Enix / People Who Can Fly are working together. They're trying to, make sure that this shit runs. And I feel like they're at least doing their due diligence. And as far as the game runs good. I played it offline off of the server for a period of time, and it worked fine. And I got into the game, and then the lore and everything, like, it makes me feel like, it makes total sense. Like, the Earth is just destroyed. We destroyed it ourselves. And what are we doing on this planet now? The same damn thing. There's just, you know what I mean? It makes total sense. But at the same time, because of like this anomaly and everything, it makes you like be like, dude, this is something else. This is like, this game is going to be something. I'm sorry.
It's a really cool sci-fi story, man. Like, it's
yes,
you
dude.
can really get into.
And they did good with the characters. Like, I made a character and everything, and she looked really good, and it seemed in place. Like, the only thing that it kind of annoys me is like the Outrider, like, because that's what they do. But I mean, they just keep calling the Outrider, and it's kind of annoying. But at the same time, it's to place yourself in a neutral territory. So I understand it completely on a dev side. But it's still like the gameplay and the way the story progresses just in the 2 hours I played. I'm just like, I just want to play more. That's all I want to do. And that's why I said it's crack. It's crack in gaming. I told my girl that. I was like, I found my new crack. And she's like, what? You mean in the game? And I was like, yep. I was like, that's what it is. So I'm excited for because I'm sure there's going to be a DLC that comes out, something.
Wow.
It's gonna be crazy. I think this game is gonna like light up really bad. Like, it's gonna make people rethink like the way they think of games.
Okay, all right, I got you, bro. And shout out to my brother Percolator, who was eating his nuts in the party chat today. I don't know what it is about people coming together in the Xbox Live parties and deciding it's okay to eat in people's ears, man. That is one of the things.
Oh, yeah.
That is one of my pet peeves. I'm like, dude, why are you doing that? They're like, what? I'm hungry. I'm like, yeah, you can just mute yourself real quick. Like, you don't. Like, I don't know what it is, man. But shout out to Percolator. Yo, we had a blast, man. It was a lot of fun. One thing I will say about this game, one thing I am really surprised about when it comes down to it, is the amount of enemies that come out at you. And like, they really do not hold back when it comes to the NPCs that want to come and shoot you in the head, because they just wave after wave after wave. It gets really crazy. And if you're solo and you're like world tier 5 or higher, it is not a walk in the park at all, man. Like, it gets pretty difficult. This is one of those games that when I look at it, I'm going to be playing co-op all the way through to the end, man. I feel like that's the best way to play this game. But I don't know. Predator, are you back yet?
Yes, I am back.
Okay, I don't know what happened. I don't know where you
Obviously,
went.
you weren't paying attention to your chat. I said, hey, I got to take a phone call because the phone rang right in the microphone. But whatever.
I
You're
didn't.
probably running your mouth and talking too much.
But whatever. Yeah.
Talking.
Talking, listening. But hold on, I got a super chat real quick. Hold on 1 second, Pred. Yo, shout out to
super chats, huh?
Shout out to my brother Darnell Davis hitting up that super chat. Thank you for the support, bro. Definitely appreciate it. He said, "What's up, bot? Keep doing what you do. Love the show, brother." I appreciate that so much. And when it comes down to the show would be nothing without the panel that I have here. Let's be real, man. We equal opportunity across the board. I love doing a show with these guys every week. And so thank you for the support. Definitely appreciate it. Predator,
No.
you got to give us your first impressions, man. You got to let us know like how far in the game you are. Like, have you really put like quality time in it? And let us know, man. What are your first thoughts about Outriders?
Let's see. I'm level 11. I'm world tier 4 right now, and I just started this afternoon, I believe. But I did play a little bit of the beta, whatever the fuck it was before. But I didn't like. I know some people they ran through the shit. It's religiously like it's hours.
They're
into
trying
it.
to get those legendaries, bro.
And I didn't know that it was going to carry over. I might have done the same thing had I known that, but I didn't know that. So I just picked it back up again today. I noticed, like, now I'm sure Crispy probably said something about Gears. If he did not, I'm sorry. It does have a Gears feel to it. It has, like, for some reason, it feels like Anthem to me. I don't know why. It just feels like Anthem.
Feels like Anthem, but good.
Mm-hmm.
But good.
Anthem.
But good.
Yeah.
Anthem, but better.
And I want to see how much of it I play once I get to a like respectable level. I guess is the best way to say it. Like how much more of this game am I going to play in like a month? Right now I'm having fun. I'm having fun playing with my friends. Definitely a game you can't play by yourself. It seems like it's a little bit difficult trying to run through it solo. So you definitely want to bring a squad with
Dude,
you.
enemies will rock you solo, man.
Yeah,
Especially
they flank you and they come at you from different angles. But there are some issues with it. Server side, I believe, is what we were having problems with, like not being able to join my friends' games. Having to go through all this reset my fucking computer, my PC, my Xbox, and even then it doesn't always work. And then servers went down for a little bit today too. So hopefully they fix that. Even before I got on the show, I was trying to jump in a percolator to do a couple of missions or whatever, and I still couldn't get in. I had to reset it, and it wouldn't let me in. So I don't know if it's something like with, me trying to get into they're further along in the game than I am, but it gives you the option to join. It even tells you might see some spoilers. So obviously you should be able to do it. It's just I think it's a server side issue, but having this in Game Pass, great, because I think it's what $60
yes.
if you buy it outright, and we get it in Game Pass, and it's funny because all these people out here complaining about Game Pass and talking shit about it, sure as shit are on their fucking Xboxes right now. So like,
they all paid $60 for it on their Xboxes, and none of them are. Yeah, right.
No, I don't know. If they either had Game Pass the entire time or bought Game Pass for a month just to play the game. One of the two. And it's something I didn't know either because we were fucking around with the settings and I was like, oh, it's crossplay. Even though it's in beta, I don't know if it's working yet, but I mean, if I can bring my character over to PC, done. I may buy the game on PC, and even I have a feeling that Microsoft will end up putting this on Game Pass PC at some point too. So, you should get everything carried over anyway. But I'm having fun with the game so far. It's a really good game.
Nice. And like you said, there were issues. I know I had an issue joining up with you and Percolator when I first saw you guys on. It took about I would say about 15-20 minutes or so before we were able to get on, and I'm not sure if that was just us not knowing and being in the proper place to join up, but I thought it was supposed to be just a kind of like jump in type thing and get it going. But yeah, there are definitely some issues. Pred, if I remember correctly, you got dashboarded like twice, right? Is it once or twice?
Hit me twice, I think.
And Percolator got dashboarded once, right?
Yep.
All right, so yeah, on the server side of things, something that we're almost kind of used to, going from last generation into this generation. When games come out that are that have that multiplayer element, on release day and usually for at least a couple days afterwards, they're trying to catch up on the server side of things. It just seems to be, in my opinion, it just seems to be another typical release for a game that has multiplayer between last generation and this generation. But all right, so you're down, you like it. I appreciate that, man. And again, we're talking that Game Pass, people. That Game Pass is the truth, man. I'm telling you. Shout out to Stone King X hitting up that super chat. Thank you, brother, for the support. He says, listen live at work, USPS new shift. Great podcast. I was playing Outriders World Tier 5 solo, only level 8, wearing level 10 gear. Now, Stone King, yo, I give you respect for that, man. I was world tier 5. I went in solo this morning, and the enemies, like, they just started handing my ass to me, man. Like, it got rough. Like, I was getting through, but man, it was a slow, methodical push forward, getting the dudes, like, taking them down, all that good stuff. So shout out to you, man, for battling solo. With level 8 as well, because I think I'm level 12 now, to be honest with you. But yeah, no, it's a lot of fun. And again, I am surprised at how many NPCs come out, how many enemies come out. When you think you got the last couple, and you just put off those couple headshots, you knock them down, and all of a sudden you just see, like, dudes jumping over a wall and getting ready to like take their positions and starting like wave 2 and wave 3. I'm like, whoa, man, there's so many enemies. It's a very challenging game, yeah. Let's see, K Mega. I know we played very early this morning, like I said, a little after midnight. Me, you, and the Don for a couple hours. Guys had me up until 3:15 in the morning, and that's not something I typically do when I game. I'm not a really kind of like late night gamer or anything like that. So I was having fun. But what are your first thoughts and impressions of Outriders, Mega?
Hey man, when you're going to play with the podcast version of Falcon and the Winter Soldier, you're gonna have to be in that nighttime, man, the night owl segment. So you know what I'm saying. So, but that's.
I don't know if I would picture Don as the Falcon though. That's I don't know. I don't think the persona matches.
After you made that little comment last night about what was it, dork? What was that?
Adorkable.
Yeah, I nobody should listen to you.
Adorkable.
Anyway,
yo, shout out to the chat. Who knows the phrase adorkable?
Never.
It's a thing.
Never
it's a
will
thing.
say that.
It's a thing.
Never.
I
never
said
heard
it like
it
3 times on this show.
You have Miracle Whip in your refrigerator.
All right, so Hellman's all day, brother. Hellman's all day.
Anyway, it was a blast. I mean, I knew it right from when I first started playing the demo, and then I agree with Fred. That was the first thing that it came to me. Of course, like taking the cover like Gears, it has that Gears feel on that end, but it's a little bit faster than Gears. Especially the new version of Gears. The older Gears, Gears is slower. But this version of the newer versions of Gears, it's really fast paced, but this is faster, and it's. So the cover system, things like that. But yeah, no, I agree with Fred when it comes to the Anthem aspect of it because of the powers, and then it also has that Division feel to it, and it has like a story to it that's like like Destiny. So it's like all these mesh into one game, and then it's kind of over the top, but yet it's still stable enough to not be looked at as something ridiculous. Because you're actually understanding the struggle of what's going on within the human race, especially after you come back from being in cryo sleep for so long, and then you're just trying to figure out your powers. You're trying to figure out what's going on, and then you're trying to help everybody else out. But then there's a little twist and plot. I'm a level 11, tier 7, I believe. So world tier 7.
Huh.
Because right after you got done playing, Don played one more set, and then Game Down Sights came in, and then he was like, "Hey man," and like I said, like when I was doing the intro, we stayed up until like 6. What was it? Yeah, I don't know, 6:30 in the morning. It was crazy. So I was like, it was wild. So but no, it's a blast. I knew it. That's why I bought it. If there's a game that just catches me like that, I love Game Pass. I think Game Pass is perfect for this game because there were so many people that were skeptical of it. And again, when you look at what happened with Anthem, you look what happened with other games like that, especially when you look at the Avengers, and that still has a Square Enix, and that's a Square Enix game itself, or from that, from the publisher, then people is definitely skeptical of this game. So it's perfect. It's the perfect recipe. And then on top of that, it was funny because GDS said, man, it's kind of crazy that you're playing this game and you feel more like a superhero than you do the Avengers, which I was like, oh, that's crude, but it's the truth.
Yeah, I have
So
Avengers downloaded on my hard drive as well, man.
yeah. I mean, I have Avengers too, but I mean, the last time I played Avengers, it's cool, but it's just something about this game that just, I don't know, it just touches on the right things. And right now, because I got the game on, and I was going through just cleaning up some stuff, trying to get the weapon, do some weapons, look at the things that I need to claim and all that. I got hit up by like 3 people. Kids Move just hit me up. You know what I'm saying? There was some other people, there was some other listeners that hit me up. And I'm like, hey man, I'm doing the next podcast right now. So I mean, later on, maybe tonight. But yeah, no, I mean, there was so many people that wanted to jump in and play the game. And I mean, when we were streaming last night, you seen how many people came into the party. Like that was ridiculous.
Yeah, I mean, shout out to Flamish. Shout out
Flamish, Pog,
yeah.
108. You know what I'm saying? It was wild. So it's just a fun game, and I think that's all that needs to be said about it on that end. If people are just on the fence on it, no, I mean, it's on Game Pass. That's a win right there. And then lastly, the only thing that I could probably put that scares me about it, because it gives me that fun factor like Division 1 did. How are you going to continue the content? What are you going to do with that?
Well, they said it's not gonna be a games as a service, so they're not gonna like flood it with extra content. I mean, possibly DLCs or whatnot, but it's not going to be that type of game, bro.
Well, no, I'm just saying. Well, I mean, it's got to have extended content for the game to be like it is. You would think. If it's not, then okay. I guess once you get finished with the story and you get done with what you're doing, then the game is over with. But they at least hit on something, and that's something that they didn't really actually hit on with the Avengers going into it. And I know that I see somebody in the chat. I see Elite right now. He's having a hard time shutting down Avengers to play Outriders. But I mean, for the most part, there's a lot of people that I know that's saying the same thing. That's what that GDS was saying last night. So listen, it is what it is, but it's a good game. And even though it's a multi-plat, the way that Microsoft's marketing is now, if they start putting these games that they have these marketing rights to on Game Pass day and date, that's going to make people feel like it's almost like an Xbox exclusive, because people feel like they're going to be playing it for free. You see what I'm saying? So It's like, it really, and when it's not, because the attention is going to go more to Xbox because of these games that it's a high quality game going over and being played on day and date, like that's insane. So if Xbox keep trying to pull these rabbit out the hat moves, it's going to be really, really, really hard for people to deny Game Pass, and they're going to start subscribing to it, even if it's on PC or if they just go ahead and get a version of Xbox so they can play these games. It's really, really smart by Microsoft to have this done, and Square Enix for accepting it.
Yeah, oh yeah, definitely. Yo, shout out to my brother Z Black Rider hitting up the super chat, bro. Every time I see your name in the chat, man, it brings a smile to my face. You are one of the long-standing supporters of this channel and what we do here on this show, and I definitely appreciate you, bro. He says Game Pass has fewer subs than peeps who punted their PS4 off the balcony. There was a mass punting somewhere. There had to be over 20 million people who punted their PS4 then, brother.
I don't know. If you know 20 million people, please let me know, man. Big baller. Because I mean,
20 million people, share the show out, please.
Right, yeah, share it out. Yeah, tell them about DRG, man. I mean, good grief.
Yo, for real. But shout out to Z Black Rider. There's this whole thing going on in the chat where Albert is like, man, well, I hope Game Pass gets more games like Outriders, so this way it's successful. And people are like, yo, hold up, like 20 million subscribers is successful, bro. And I gotta say that is true, Albert. I know what you're trying to do, man. You're trying to get the energy up in the chat, and I appreciate that. But man, to say that Game Pass is not a success when in fact you have big gaming media asking the question, how is PlayStation what are they gonna do to counteract Game Pass? That's how much mindshare Game Pass has gotten in the gaming consumer industry, in the community, in the gamers out there, in the community. That's how much mindshare Game Pass has gotten, and that's how much momentum Game Pass has gotten from the community. Where big gaming media, they're now saying that, you know, well, Sony's got to do something to counteract this. Like, what are they going to do? And they don't usually ask that question. So, yeah, I think Game Pass is pretty much a success. But speaking of PlayStation, my brother Dark Optimus has not spoken about his experience yet when it comes to Outriders. Dark, the mic is yours, man. What are your first impressions of this game, bro?
It's good, man. You know, I mean, I enjoy it so far. I'm level 6, world tier 4. I'm soloing it, dude. I'm gonna
You're
fucking
gonna
solo it
the whole
until
thing,
I'm gonna solo the whole fucking
dude.
thing,
There's
dude.
crossplay. I can get in with you, man. If you really need
I'm
to.
just saying, I want to see how far I can get just soloing it. You know, like I like the challenge though. Like I know a lot of people don't like that challenge of dying over and over and over again. I think it's the Soulsborne series that taught me to just be patient with that kind of thing. And so like I'm all for the challenge of leveling up and getting the best gear I can possibly get in the game, soloing it. So I mean, we'll see. I mean, if I get stuck, and I might have to hit you up and be like, hey man, you know, come in and then help me. But yeah, I mean, I bought it. I did not go through Game Pass. I know I was like conflicted on it for a while there because I was like, man, I could just get it in Game Pass on my Xbox One X. But then I was like thinking to myself, I'm gonna have to deal with the load times on there, and I don't really want to do that. I'd rather, you know, have the load times be a lot quicker. So I just figured, fuck it, I'm gonna get it on PS5, and that's why I'm playing it. I mean, as far as to say that it's like Anthem or Gears of War or, you know, Mass Effect or anything like that. It has a lot of those similarities. It has a lot of those qualities to it, but I feel like it's a little bit more of a different beast than say those games, because this kind of adds that. Not only does it, I mean, yeah, granted, Division 2 had the world tiers and Division 1 had world tier and things like that, but world tier in this game starts you off right away. Like you're not like world tier, you know, like this starts you off to like there's like 15 world tiers or 17 world tiers. I'm just like, dang, dude. I don't know if I'm gonna be able to solo this game all the way up to that, but I'm sure as hell gonna try.
I think they go up and down in terms of your performance. Guys, correct me if I'm wrong. I'm not sure on this, but I think it'll, like, if you really struggle on a level or something like that, it might bring you
It'll
down
probably
world.
what it will probably do is be like, you could stay at this world tier, but it'll probably come up with like a screen stating if you want to go down a tier.
Yeah, you might want to back it down a couple notches, bro.
Yeah. But I mean, you know, I think the game's really good. I mean, I played the demo, so it's not like, you know, there's not much I can say that I didn't already say before. I was already invested in this game. I mean, this game has the perfect timing though, because literally there isn't anything for another month or so.
Mhm.
You know, like, I mean, the end of the month there's, you know, Returnal for the PlayStation 5. Next month, what is there? There's Resident Evil, and that's not until like the 8th or something like that. So I mean, you know, people are gonna have plenty of time to play this game, and you know, I honestly, I'm glad I bought it, but there is a moment where I was like, man, maybe I should just get it on Game Pass. But then I was like, man, I really, it was really hard for me to like be like, oh man, I don't know. I waited until the last minute. I waited until yesterday to like actually buy it, pre-order or whatever. And normally I don't do that. Normally I'm like, if I know I'm gonna buy a game, I'm like, I'm gonna pre-order that like as soon as possible.
Yeah.
But this game, yeah, I
Damn,
was
Game
like,
Pass made you think like that, and it's even
did,
it's with just having a 1X. You don't even have like a Series X or a Series S,
Yeah.
and it still made you
Yeah.
think.
Yeah, because I mean, I already subscribed to Game Pass. I have Game Pass Ultimate. I did it when they did the $1 thing.
Are we on Crossfire? No, we're not. Okay. Oh, thank God.
Well, you had those like 3 years of what of Game Pass for $1 if you upgrade your or you do like an
Yeah,
upgrade of
you had to buy as much Xbox Live
right. Yeah,
as you could get. Stack them as
yeah,
much as you can get, and then transfer it over to Game Pass Ultimate Game Pass for $1. I mean,
right,
that was a one-time thing. Yeah.
right. Yeah, one time thing. Um, and anything. I'm gonna say this to Albert's little comment in the chat where he was talking about 20,000. Like they
20
need to put
million?
more or 20 million. I mean, 20 million. They need to put more games. And it's like, dude, anything that sells over like 20 million is a success. Even Spider-Man on the PS4 was a success, even though it didn't sell like the gangbusters of how many people actually own a PlayStation 4. It still was a success because at least 20 million people bought it at at its regular price. Almost a lot of them probably did buy it at its $60 price tag. So that's a huge chunk of change, that the company got back. They probably made their money back and then some. So I mean, anything that I think that goes over at least 20 million is definitely a success. I mean,
Well, and
even
not only that, if you look at it, like this is going to be reoccurring revenue as well because it's a monthly subscription.
This is definitely different from just something like Spider-Man or just a game like God of War or something like that. This is more like an ongoing. You're spending 14 or whatever
15.
or whatever you spend on. Some people probably buy the yearly. I think it's what 130 or something like that for the year or whatever, something like that.
Ooh.
So I know it's in the hundreds at least. It's in the $100 range. So I mean, like there you go. You got Game Pass. You got. I can see more third party. Here's what I'm seeing. I'm seeing more third party coming to Game Pass, day and date. I don't really like that term, but day one, I should say, day one coming to Game Pass, and then I could see a lot of even like I could see PlayStation eventually coming out with a service, probably turning PlayStation Now into something
Oh, they
like
are
Game
working on it
Pass.
right now, bro. They are working on it right
And
now.
exactly, they're working on it, and they're probably going to do the same thing where they're going to have that third party be in there day one. Certain third party games are going to be there day one. Certain third party games are going to be in Game Pass day one. Honestly, it's a win-win for us gamers because we don't have to pay the 60, 70. I mean, we'll probably still have to pay the 70 for the PlayStation 5 exclusives and stuff, but we won't have to. You don't have to pay. That's the thing. Is like it's not basically saying like, hey, and also you don't have to wait. Because a lot of people are like, well, I'll just wait for a sale, and then it's like 3 months down the line, there's still no sale, or there is a sale, they get it, and then they're like, well, I don't have anybody to play with because everybody moved on to something else or whatever, and it's like at now with Game Pass and with the whatever PlayStation comes up with, you're not gonna have to worry about that. And it's a win-win for us gamers, especially if
Nice.
you have both consoles. You're gonna win either way.
Yeah, well, I don't have both consoles, so I know Dark, you're eventually you're gonna have them all at some point in
Oh,
time. So
for sure. That's just how I am. I like having all consoles. I don't ever since I was a kid, I wanted to have every console, but I didn't get to do that because when you're a kid, your parents can't afford to get you everything that you want. So I definitely work for to get these things that I have. So I mean, I do definitely appreciate
he
having a
works
PlayStation
hard
5.
for the money.
I'll definitely appreciate having a Series X. And I'll definitely appreciate having whatever Nintendo comes up with next. 'Cause, I mean, there are good games on Nintendo. There's not a ton to where I'm like, oh yeah, I want to play that. But there are some good games on there.
Was that your Nintendo gamer voice, or was that your dude bro voice? I don't know. Oh yeah,
I don't know.
Your
I don't
stoner
know.
voice? I don't know what's going on there, brother.
I don't know. I don't know.
Yo, but all in all,
I do voices sometimes. I don't know.
But I will say, all in all, I think that Outriders releasing today, I think it was a successful release. It was a good release. There are definitely issues with the servers and such, but like Dark said, I also think this game is also benefiting from coming out at this point in time right now. There's not really...
Which is funny because it's April Fool's, Like I honestly, I thought they were gonna pull it. Like I thought they were gonna be like, "Yeah, we're coming out April Fool's," and then like they just pull it from everybody.
All of a sudden,
they
it
were
just
gonna do some
disappears
cruel
from the
joke.
stores. Like it's not there anymore.
I thought they were gonna pull some like cruel joke or something. I was like, man, they're gonna piss off a lot of people if they did that. But
I'm so glad they didn't.
yeah, I'm so glad they didn't either.
That would have been a bad move. Bad move, in my
For
opinion.
sure.
But yeah, like it definitely benefits from coming out at this point in time. Game Pass, I think, is another huge thing. It's huge for Game Pass, but I also think it's huge for the game as well because a lot of people they want to look at kind of like how many people are getting into it. Brand new game, they want to see how many people are playing it, especially with it having such a online co-op element. I feel like that is the way to play it. Even though Dark, a couple people in the chat are like, I'm gonna solo this game. I think the majority of people are gonna be looking for people online to co-op like through this story.
I think it really depends on the class that you play as, though, too, because there are some classes that are weaker than others. I think they were saying like Pyromancer is probably one of the weakest. I
want to say that I think K Mega's Pyromancer, yeah.
Well, my first character is
to solo.
My first character is a trickster though.
Yeah, like to solo, like the Pyromancer is probably one of the weakest. But
I would agree with that.
Like I think the Devastator is like the best one to solo with, so that's what I went with. Okay. So we'll see how far I can get.
Interesting. And what's funny? Coming down to it, I don't know if it's just because like I'm level 12 and possibly the game has opened up more for me. I didn't hear anybody talk about the weapon mods because there are a lot of mods, weapon wise, and gear wise that will cater to your play style with your abilities and boost like whatever abilities you like using. Like if you like using the teleport, then you can get gear that'll slow down the enemies that you teleport behind and stuff like that. And I think that's where this game really shines. When you start getting deeper and deeper into the game, building your perfect character for the abilities that you like to use, for the weapons you like to use, for the ways that you like to do damage and stuff like that. I think this game is incredibly deep when it comes to stuff like that, when it comes to how detailed the mods are with the weapons and the gear, that I think that's going to be half of the fun right there, is really kind of catering your gear set to how you play this game. I'll even say it's more advanced than even Destiny 2 and their system with like having perks and stuff like that for your abilities and such. And that's something that I am actually really interested in. I just started getting gear and stuff that really catered to my play style and seeing how detailed it was and how much it boosted or gave you an advantage over the enemy while using the abilities that you normally use anyway, the ones that you like to use. Like, I feel like that is a gem right there that I haven't heard a lot of people touch on yet. So hopefully you guys see that, like, the game, the weapons and the gear really start opening up, and they really start using. Oh, go ahead.
I just got some gear that actually does the
Was
that
it where
helps.
you can like pick one of three? Like you ended a
Yeah,
mission? Yeah, bro.
yeah. I just got one that helps with the gravity leap on the Devastator, which is fucking awesome, by the way. Like, you like leap in the air and you like turn into rock, and then like you like dash at them and then like fucking blow them up. It's fucking cool.
Oh,
Yeah, it's called.
dude, I might make a
there's
Devastator.
there's a I got these vagrant gloves that say bloody crush, gravity leap, inflict bleed on enemies damaged by the skill.
Oh, bleed, where they lose they're losing life after they get hit by it.
Yeah.
Nice. Nice, bro. Yeah, I think all in all, this is a game that will be in my rotation. And again, I'm always looking for people to play this, because I'm not going to do the Dark Optimus here. I'm not going to solo this out. So if you're on Xbox, you already know the gamer tag. It's Xbot448. If you didn't add me as a friend yet, go ahead, add me as a friend. If you put me in your favorites tab, you'll know when I go online. So, like, you'll see when I go online, you'll see what games I'm playing, like, right at the top of your friends list. And if you see me playing this game, and you want to get in, you just, send me a message or throw me an invite, something like that. We'll get in and play this together. But, guys, we gotta move on. I was tossing like which should be the next topic here, and
Awesome.
tossing, yeah, mining. See, you did it to me again, Pred. We're gonna go with the Alan Wake 2 rumor. I think that would be the right way to go right now. So, Jeff Grubb. People don't know, he is he is within the gaming industry, gaming news and whatnot. I believe he has a podcast, and he came out and stated that the project that Remedy Games and Epic Games are working on is indeed Alan Wake 2. For people who don't know, Alan Wake was an Xbox exclusive made by Remedy. And they made it, and it got a cult following, and it's a lot more. It's looked at a lot more positively, I would say, now than maybe when it first came out. Like, when it first came out, it came out around a couple other games and stuff like that. There, that might have drowned this title out a little bit, but over time, it has become known as one of those Xbox games on the 360. That, like, dude, you had to play it. If you had a 360, you just had to play Alan Wake. Now, Xbox sold the rights to Alan Wake back to Remedy. So basically, there was no people were worried that there wasn't going to be a sequel. Not only that, in terms of a sequel, that it wouldn't be exclusive to Xbox as well. So now the rumor from Jeff Grubb is that Epic Games has picked up publishing, and Remedy is now developing Alan Wake 2. So let's go to K Mega on this one. I think K Mega might have some history with Alan Wake. I wasn't one of those big Alan Wake fans. Please, guys, no torches, no pitchforks. I thought it was a decent game. I just really I didn't get into it during the 360 era. But I can see the quality behind it. All right. So it just wasn't for me, but I could see why people were kind of going crazy over it. So, K Mega, what do you think about this? Do you believe Jeff Grubb? And since it would be Epic Games Publishing, I would think it would be going multi-plat if this is true. Do you think it's true? And what do you think? What do you think about this move, bro?
Yeah, no, I think it's true. It's a good move for them. I would like to see if it would have any type of similarities, because these games, it's kind of like what Remedy is doing with Alan Wake, Quantum Break, and with what's the other game? The last game that they just made. Control. They all kind of have. There's something connected with all three of them, and it seems like to me that what they're trying to do is do the movies Unbreakable and Split and all those movies, and trying to. I guess they're doing that the same way with these games. So I don't know how they'll have the connection will be, but I'm sure that there will be some connection to Control and to Quantum Break, into of course the Alan Wake one. That was almost pretty much one of the last scary games that I played. I mean, it wasn't overly terrifying, but it was really it got you pretty good,
like
especially being in the darkest.
right?
Yeah, it was psychological. So, I can handle kind of psychological more than I can, just like
Evil Within.
No, Evil Within is it's torturous, so it's like crazy big guys coming after you. That's a little different than compared to Resident Evil 7. Like that, Resident Evil 7 was just like, nah, bro. I've just got too old.
Nah, bro,
I've got
I'm
too
done.
old for it. Nah, son. I'm out on this one. Nah. So that's the thing about it with me is so how dark will they go with this game? I mean, I'm sure that they'll go pretty dark with it, but I don't know if it's going to be as dark as, let's just say like for me, like what Resident Evil 7 was, which I would just like, oh hell no, I'm out. So I wouldn't mind giving it a chance, but it's just a sense of, and yeah, it's definitely going to be a multi-plat. It's going to be one of those games that you could probably, they might, have that to be a game to come out to be for free for like that first week or so, kind of like what they do with other titles. And yeah, it definitely will be on everything. So I mean, but that's good for Remedy, man. They wanted the game really bad. Microsoft seems like they were in limbo at the time. And so they just gave the game to it, and it's not like now, since everything makes more sense since Xbox got Bethesda, and then whatever else that they're going to do, that they're going to have some lineups of scary games coming down the line for Xbox to be exclusive. So it's no, but I think it's really a good look for them. And a lot of people's been asking for this game. I know the game really particularly didn't sell very well.
No.
But again, that's. Hopefully this game will hit all reaches, and a lot of people will get it and enjoy it, because I mean, if people have been crying about it and saying that they want to go support it, and now this game is going to be a multi-plat and it still doesn't sell well, then we kind of find out that people are just wolfing tickets. But no, I wish them the best of luck with the game personally.
Yeah, I'm actually I'm a little surprised at how renowned, I guess, the game has become over time, because it definitely got a cult following.
I was just going to say that, cult following, So I mean, and cult following should turn into a big title, especially for people who didn't get an opportunity to play it, and they may have seen gameplay of it, and then they were like, oh man, I would like to play that game, but just didn't want to commit. Or if they've played it on, through backwards compatibility or something like that, and then they realized that the game was really good. So. It's a good look for them. I'm glad that they got the chance to do the sequel. I believe this rumor.
Yeah, and when it comes to Remedy and their stories, one thing I can say, their stories, they're very twisty, turny. You never know what direction they're really going, but they're very interesting. You know what I'm saying? Like going all the way through the story. They know how to tell a good story in kind of like the video game platform. So it's good to see them. They don't really come out with sequels. If you notice, like, they'll come out with like one game, and then, we're sitting there seeing if they're going to come out with a sequel. Now, I know with Alan Wake, there was this whole thing about whether or not they were going to do a sequel, whether or not Microsoft was interested. K-Mega said, Xbox was kind of in limbo at that point in time when they really wanted to do it or whatnot. But I think it's cool. I can only imagine with kind of like the light based combat, what they can do on these new systems with an Alan Wake built from the ground up, utilizing like ray tracing and stuff like that. So I'm down to see what they could do. But again, this is only a rumor, guys. So shout out. I want to shout out to the friendly neighborhood Blue Shell, who is in the chat, brother, for hitting up that super chat. Thank you so much for the support. He says he is at work. He's just supporting the podcast and avoiding fake rumors for today. Hope to catch someone gaming this Saturday or this coming Wednesday. So I don't know if that's code words for he wants to whoop K-Mega's ass in Halo on either Saturday or Wednesday. But I will let you know, friendly, I am not working this weekend. So if you want to game on something, just let me know, bro.
Come on. Come on.
I will be around. I will be around. Yo, let's go to Dark on this because I'm interested to hear maybe a little backstory on his experience with Alan Wake, and of course, you know, I want to know if you think these rumors are true. If you believe Jeff Grubb, I think that's the biggest thing going on in social media right now. There's the camp that believes Jeff Grubb, and then there's the camp that tries to say, well, he's also the one that said Xbox Live was going to be free. And then they tried to kind of double the price at one point in time. So, Dark, I want to know where you stand on that, bro.
Well, first off, I want to say that when I played Alan Wake was after the Slim came out, the Xbox 360 Slim. So I didn't play it right away. I actually was waiting for Red Dead Redemption.
That was the
at
game
that
came
time.
out. Okay, I couldn't remember.
That was the game that came out. I think it came out like 4 days after Alan Wake, and that took up so much time of my time, and I'm sure a lot of gamers' times. But yeah, when I played Alan Wake, it was actually at a perfect time because there really wasn't anything out at the time, and I was just like, you know, I'm jonesing for a new game, and I haven't played Alan Wake yet, and I popped it in, and man, did I love that game. Absolutely loved that game. But speak on the whole rumor of Alan Wake 2. I hope so. I really do. I really hope that does come to fruition. Do I believe what Jeff Grubb said? Not necessarily. I mean, I don't really take rumors to heart. You know, like I know that there are people out there that are like, well, I don't believe him, or the people that are like, oh, you know, I believe him. I think that's gonna happen. I'm not in that camp. I'm more like, if it happens, then it happens. Okay, awesome. I'll wait until the developer actually says, hey, we're working on this game. It's Alan Wake 2. You'll be seeing it in a couple months, or you know, something like that. I don't really like I like listening to rumors. I like seeing rumors, but I'm not like, oh, it's happening. It's gonna happen. It has to happen.
Damn,
you know, I'm
Dark,
not like
with you
that.
talking about rumors, man, I should have saved you for last on this. You would have been a great segue into the April Fool's topic. Yo.
Yeah, probably. Yeah, I mean, we all make mistakes, man. You know.
It happens.
It happens. But I mean, honestly, man, I mean, if we get an Alan Wake 2, oh man, I liked Alan Wake more than I did Control. I didn't really like Control. Control was just not my type of game. I don't really like Control, period, at all. Like, I mean, I have the upgraded version because I mean it was free through PlayStation Plus. But I liked Quantum Break and Alan Wake, and that was it. Like those two games right there were awesome. And I mean, like, yeah, the TV show aspect of Quantum Break wasn't great or anything. I did like some of the characters in the show. It was kind of, it was cool for the time that it came out. You know, it was like different. You never seen that, and you probably will never see it again because people are like, well, we're not gonna do what they did over there at Remedy, you know, or some shit like that. Unfortunately, because I think they had a good premise there, and they could have expanded upon it.
Are you talking like the gameplay wise, like using the light to weaken your enemies and then being able
using the light, using different things like I mean, it felt fresh to play something like that.
Definitely.
You know, that game was definitely a fresh type of game, and you don't really see that from a lot of companies now. Like, I mean, to be honest, even Control is a very fresh type of experience. It's a very convoluted experience. It's definitely, the story is definitely not it's not explained
Cohesive?
very well.
Yeah.
It's not but it's definitely Remedy has always been that type of company who has kind of pushed the boundaries when it comes to games. You know, they made they made the Max Payne game. The one, I think they made 1 and 2, and then Rockstar bought the IP or whatever. But they made 1 for sure. I know for sure they made 1, and they put that slow motion in the air bullet time, I think they call it, in the game. And then then with Quantum Break, they did the whole time travel kind of thing, which was awesome. Then of course, with Alan Wake, they did the flashlight and some other mechanics. I can't really remember. It's been a while since I played that game. And then Control is just Remedy's just always been that kind of company. I really do like Remedy, and I really want to see them continue to succeed. And even though I didn't like Control, I still want to see them succeed. So hopefully, yeah, if it is an Alan Wake 2, I wouldn't mind seeing those mechanics come back. Because those mechanics in Alan Wake were just so cool, man. Like not very many companies do that.
No.
Like there's really not very many companies that you could say, hey, we took this mechanic and made it kind of a cool thing. Like, who would think like pointing a flashlight at something would be like a cool mechanic, or a part of the game?
That would
No
cause,
one,
it
no
would
one
cause
would.
so much tension as well.
Yeah,
like-
exactly, dude. So I mean, honestly, I hope the rumors are true for sure. I really do, but I'm holding my breath and waiting for the developer to come out and say that that's actually the case.
Nice. And I will say something about Alan Wake. One of the things that really did catch me when I did play Alan Wake was the sense of urgency and kind of like concern and fear. Like when you're under a street light that you finally got to the generator and turned it on, and you're under it and you're trying to think about how you're going to get through the darkness to move forward. And then all of a sudden the generator shuts off. The light starts flickering and goes off. Now you're in complete darkness again. Yo, the fear that grows in you as a gamer playing that game.
Definitely.
Dude, that
was insane. And you could hear the things coming.
Yes.
Like they would do a little clip, and they would be right there at the window, or they'll be popping out of nowhere.
Especially if you had a surround sound or if you had a headset. Oh my god, dude!
Dude, you would see like the shadow guys like coming up
woods,
over like the bunches of logs. Because I remember there was like a logging area where like this was really...
There's several logging areas in that game.
It was,
But you would see, and they would stand there real quick, just staring at you like, oh man, like it's about to go down right now. Like, oh shit.
For sure.
Yeah, that was kind of like my biggest kind of like that was the things that kind of caught me the most with that game. Again, I didn't get into it hardcore like some of the people out there are when it comes to it, but trust me, I remember that feeling, man. That is a feeling you don't forget as a gamer.
It's definitely one of those games that it's hard to forget about, right? Like there's certain games that you're just like, it's easy to just forget about those games. But Alan Wake has always been that game, especially for me, that has always been that game that I'm like, man, that game was good, wasn't it? Like how you reminisce on old memories, or you reminisce on old movies or whatever. I definitely reminisce on old games, where I'm like, yeah, man, that was a fucking awesome game. and definitely, Alan Wake's one of them.
Nice.
Sure.
Yo, I just want to give a quick shout out. Our brother from Canada is in the chat. Shout out to Boom Boom Kaboom. Noof Nukem is in the room.
What up, Noof?
Is up, bro? Good to see you, brother. Good to see you. Yo, I saw Lady Foxfire before. Again, every time I see her name in the chat. It just brings a smile to my face. Such an awesome gamer in the community. It is always good to see Lady Foxfire and everybody here, yo. Shout out to all you guys. The Game Filter, going back to the Facebook days with this YouTube channel and stuff like that. My brother Phil is in the building as well. Crispy. Again, I would like to hear maybe some of your history with Alan Wake, if there is any, and then, I want to hear your thoughts on this rumor. And again, it's from Jeff Grubb's mouth, so I want to know if you think it's true, bro.
Zero history with any Remedy game.
Like not even
Zero.
Quantum Break?
Not even Quantum Break.
Oh,
Honestly,
dude,
the TV show aspect, as I saw that coming to fruition, I was like, oh, hell no. This is not what I'm trying to play. I will say this.
If you get a
Dark,
chance, play it, man.
your gameplay mechanics with the light thing, actually Gears did that in 2006, by the way. There was an entire chapter that involved light with the krill, just to let you know. So I will say this.
How'd that happen?
that did actually happen. Yeah, he's right.
Yes.
Actually.
So
yeah.
I'm just saying it's an entire chapter. Like you have
That's
to
the
like
thing.
run
I forgot
from the krill.
about that part. So.
I'm not trying to
There's
be a
only
dick.
one
I'm
chapter.
just telling
I'm
you.
just saying.
But hey, once again, I mean, you might as well be like, that South Park episode. Simpsons did it. Well, guess what? Gears did it. But I will say this. The only thing I see from them at this point, because they have not been bought out by anybody or anything like this. I truly believe, because all three games, even though I haven't played them, I know because of what everybody has spoken and the videos and everything else have watched about it. They all have supernatural aspects.
Mm-hmm.
And I feel like they're trying to make a supernatural multiverse. And the only logical step at this point is to take an Alan Wake, which is kind of their baby, and say, okay, we can start really adding, because a lot of people hinted at, Alan Wake in the Control game and stuff like that.
I
haven't played it.
See that had like Alan Wake aspects in it when it came to Control.
So what I'm saying is all I see from them at this point is, because they haven't allowed themselves to be bought, because I'm sure people could throw enough money at them. The whole point is they feel like they have something, and who am I to say that they don't? Because, like I said, I haven't played any of these games, but at the same time, I see the gravitas to them. I see why people enjoy them, and for example, my girlfriend, I think she would play Alan Wake. You know what I'm saying? Am I going to play Alan Wake? Probably not. But if you start adding in, like, I have to learn about these characters and everything, and each game has a standalone, character, and all of a sudden they come together, maybe I go back and play them. You know what I mean? The only thing is Xbox will probably allow you to do that. I don't know about anybody else. So that's one thing you think about. You know what I mean? If you have another console, might not happen. So just think about that. But I feel like they're going into that realm where they say supernatural multiverse, not like superhero, nothing like that. Supernatural.
Mm-hmm.
Makes you feel like there's entities and things like that around you. And I feel like they could really bring all three together from what I've seen and heard. So who knows?
Yeah, definitely. There is definitely potential in creating that. What you said, multiverse. I kind of, like I was saying under my breath, universe, where it's a connected universe. All supernatural elements are kind of like in the forefront, and I think that's something that, from what we've seen from Remedy, I think they're good at telling those types of stories, man. One thing I will say about them, with playing Control, with playing, I played some Alan Wake, playing Quantum Break. I absolutely love Quantum Break. The development of the main character with their abilities over the length of the game. I think they are really good at pacing those abilities out and keeping you interested in your character as you progress in the story. Giving you certain abilities at certain times in the progression of the story. And it never feels like you're waiting too long to get a new ability. It feels like it's coming at the right time. I think they're really good at pacing. I hope you guys can see what I'm saying here, because I feel that is one of the talents over there at Remedy, like pacing the main character with their abilities and growing their abilities over the stories that they build these games on. I think that is one of their talents that, again, I don't hear a lot of people talking about, but at least especially with Quantum Break, like building your abilities and moving in the story was one of the things that really hooked me into that game. But let's go to Predator on this one. Pred, do you have any history with Alan Wake?
Yeah, I played the original. Well, I guess Alan Wake. I didn't play the DLC.
Are you far away from the mic?
American. Yeah, American.
Yeah, I'm talking right.
Nightmare.
Okay. American Nightmare.
Yeah,
that was standalone, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, was it? Okay. Yeah, I mean, I played the shit out of Alan Wake, but like I wasn't into the whole lore like everybody else. I played it and I beat it and I was done with it,
Mm-hmm.
But there's some people I know like they love that franchise, and like I was never able to go back into it like that. I couldn't get into it. The game wasn't bad, like don't get me wrong, but I just I would have loved to have a sequel though, and I feel bad that I didn't play, the American Nightmare. I mean, because I know that was probably pretty good too. I just moved on from it at that point into something else. So, it wasn't a bad game though. I mean, I would play a sequel. Again, for the people out there who love it, the cult following, they want it. I mean, this is great for them because we never thought we'd even get this. Basically we kind of were like stuck. Like thinking we'd never see this game. So I guess to me, it's like if they could bring this back, they can bring back some of the other games too. There's a possibility we could get some of the other games we've been waiting to see for years out of some of the old Microsoft franchises. Even though my biggest concern about this is like with Epic having it, like how
are you turned away from the mic playing a video game?
No, I'm like right here next to the fucking microphone.
I'm just wondering, bro.
The audio
I want to make sure the chat can hear you, brother.
Y'all need to talk like this so everybody can.
Oh wow! There's Predator.
Like I'm just concerned with Epic having it and with Sony kind of siding with Epic going forward. Is this going to be one of those games where it's a year before we get it on Xbox?
Oh,
you know what I'm saying? Obviously, it's going to come to PC because Epic,
Yeah.
But, like, how's that going to work? And I really hope that Microsoft, when they decide to give it back to them, they put something in place to say, hey, if you make a sequel, it has to come. Yeah, it has to come to us as well. You can't just exclude it from our console. So I don't know. That would be my only concern. I mean, I'll pick it up. It definitely won't be in Game Pass. But I'd be surprised if it was put that way. But I mean, as long as it's like not one of those games where they put it, like I said, that whole year exclusivity bullshit, which I don't like at all. I would either make it exclusive all the way or not at all. Like don't make me wait a fucking year. I didn't like it when Microsoft did it with Tomb Raider. I don't like it the way Sony's doing it now. Just fucking make it exclusive or not. And with this game, I know everybody who's played it has played it on the Xbox. So it'd be a shame if they got held back from being on the Xbox.
I got you, bro. I'm just reading some of the chats as well as like listening to you. Somehow people got on a remake of Max Payne. That would be insane. I buried hours into Max Payne. Yeah.
2K Games got Max Payne though.
2K?
Yeah.
Okay. All right.
Yeah, so they got Max Payne 3. So
I got you, but all in all, again, I think the consensus is unanimous. Like on this panel, we definitely would like to see a sequel. I don't see anybody complaining too much if it goes multi-plat.
No.
I didn't hear too
It
much.
wasn't a big enough title for, even though again it was under microscope. I mean under microscope under Microsoft,
microscope. There we go.
under Xbox, but it still wasn't. It didn't move the needle. And even though it's a cult classic, I mean, I feel that Microsoft did the right thing. I think Xbox was right to just letting them get the franchise back. So, because they could have made a sequel, but in that first 4 years of Xbox, the first four or 5 years in Xbox, it was tough sliding. So it might have been put in the same category as what Quantum Break and Sunset Overdrive was at that particular time when they first came out.
All right, I got you, bro. I got
Yeah,
you.
so.
All in all, I can't wait to see if this is actually true or not. I will keep an eye on this and see if there's any announcements, any reveals coming down the pipeline. For the possibility of Alan Wake 2. For all the Alan Wake fans out there, I'm gonna keep my ear to the wall. With the glass in between it. Trying to hear the other side, trying to get any information that I can. And to let you guys know. But on that note, guys, it is April 1st. It is April 1st. For people who don't know, that is April Fools. And it is a time where a lot of people will back away from social media because people will try to trick people on April Fools. They'll try to put posts, they'll try to put like fake websites up with certain headlines and stuff like that and really try to mess with people. I saw two of them starting very early today, like a little after midnight with Kotaku, and then I saw another one which was the God of War fan page. Now the God of War fan page, I thought it was pretty genius. They're like the storm is coming, and they were talking about Gears of War Ragnarok. They said releasing this year, gameplay reveal and deep dive, and they had a schedule for like tonight at like 6:00 or something like that. And in their graphics, if you read the small lettering on it, it said April Fools at the end of it. In the small lettering on the bottom. I thought that was pretty funny. Now the Kotaku situation is a little more complicated because Kotaku put out a post that Halo Infinite was delayed until 2022, and that post got some backlash from Xbox gamers out there, like horrible. And at first it was thought that Kotaku was doing an April Fool's thing, and then they came out and they said that they got, and they actually posted from another social media page, another Twitter page that stated it, and they were posting it as like this is what was going on. So they weren't even thinking it was an April Fool's joke at first and trying to play along, but they got, and then they posted it on social media like this was an absolute possibility. And I think that's where the backlash began when it came to this. So, I don't know. Let's go to Crispy on this one. Crispy, did you see these two posts? Have you seen what's been going on for this April 1st for gaming in the gaming community with social media posts for April Fools?
What's funny is a Netflix page that God of War Ragnarok is going to be a TV show, and that's what it is. So, yeah, it's been going on. I will say this is where and it's not just Kotaku, it is also many neutral / PlayStation fanboys that decided to run with the Halo Infinite thing, which was even better because apparently a check mark is equal to a 7, which is just hilarious. On top of that, they put at 343 Industries, and no, it's just at Halo if you know better. But of course, a true gamer would know it's at Halo, especially if you're on Twitter.
Mm-hmm.
But instead, some of these great gamers that are, clearly fanboys decided to talk a bunch of trash and say Xbox better never say a damn word again and stuff like that. I will not
Crispy,
name
hold on
name.
real quick. Yo, Noof just dropped an April Fool's joke. He said he got Game Pass. We all know how you feel about subscription services, brother. Like, yo, nice try, bro.
Touche. You got Game Pass. Yes, we'll believe you when there's no other realm. When they take all of the physical away, and then you'll get Game Pass. I know. We got you, Noof. But I will say this. It's just hilarious that a actual legit site, a journalism site, actually ran with that.
Yeah, right.
And don't get me wrong, they, whoever is behind that did a decent job in making it look real. The only problem is who posted it. You can't find it anyone else but that person, and that person is clearly not the 343 Halo site, the Twitter account. So I don't know why they didn't research it. It's pretty incredible they didn't. But then the beauty of it was the Xbox Twitter account, the 343 Twitter account, they all went in on Kotaku and just said, we got. And it was pure gold, because you want to hate on something just because you want to hate on something. And that's what I felt like was proven right there. And regardless, yes, it was a joke, but they turned it into like, hey, we all know that you hate them, but you just proved it even more because, hey, negative Xbox news. Let's go. Let's get it. You know what I mean? Instead of, and the worst part is a lot of these sites or a lot of these people that would run with this wouldn't even talk about how horrible that ID at Xbox shit was. Nobody said a word. So you want negativeness, you got for real stuff, and you didn't even touch that. But hey, some dude that decided to make something that looked legit throws it out there on Twitter, and you just ate it all up. Halo's delayed.
You know why that they ran with this and they didn't like go in on the idea Xbox stuff? And this is for real. For people who hate the Xbox platform, right? For people who don't want to see it succeed or anything like that, Halo Infinite is problems for them. At any point in time that they can kind of cut down Halo as a franchise and try to make it less than what it is in terms of gamers and people in the gaming community, how beloved that franchise is and stuff like that. If they can find anything to take some of that shine off of that trophy that is the Halo franchise, they will do it over anything else.
And you are completely right, because I see people do it all the time with Gears, yet they can't play it or have never played it, and that's pretty funny. It's pretty funny. Dude, I'm not a Halo fan, I'll tell you the first, but at least I played some of them. At least I tried it. It's not my jam, but you know what? I can't say the game's bad. I'm just not good at it. That's the whole point. If you ain't good at a game, that doesn't give you the right to say it's bad, it's horrible. Well, guess what? Get good, bro. Figure it out or don't play it and shut up. Like, come on. You know what I mean? So I just don't get it. Like, that was the one that, just angered me. It was just like, I saw not just, because I rarely block people on Twitter. Like, I see a lot of people running with that shit, and I'm like, dude, you're wrong. Dude, you're wrong. Dude, you're wrong. You know what I mean? Like, I'm not even, like, trying to be a dick about it. I'm like, dude, this is fake. It's fake. It's fake. What do you mean it's fake? And then everybody gets defensive. I'm like, dude, why do you care if you don't play Xbox? What the fuck Xbox doing anyway? You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. Like, unless they're taking services away or something like that, I'm all for what happened with the Xbox Live thing. I'm all for, like, gamers coming together on certain aspects. Like, I truly believe, like, if PlayStation has such a lineage that you're going to start, like, deleting parts of this, and that's bad for gaming in general. I'm sorry. But nobody says a damn word. But, hey, fucking Halo's delayed, even though it's a freaking a lie, and you can clearly see it if you look at the Twitter account. You know, what the hell, dude?
Yo,
Like,
Crispy.
what is people's problems, man? Like, do you like gaming or you just like talking trash to people? That's the whole point.
That is a point. And yo, Crispy, when it comes down to it, I had a chance to talk to Steve Downs, who is the voice of Master Chief, and within that interview, he came out and stated that Halo Infinite is completely on track for its release this year in November. So that came straight from Steve's mouth. I think I would take that over anything like I would see on social media at that point in time. And the what gets me is exactly what you said, Crispy, in terms of professionalism. Like, these people, their job is to report gaming news. Their job is to know what is real, what is fake, what is speculation, what is rumor, and what is fact, right? And for them to post something like this, and I you know, nobody's perfect. You know, people make mistakes, but some of the blatant kind of like clues that this wasn't real, they should have known, being that it is their profession to do so. You see what I'm saying? And for them to not see so many signs showing that this was just an April Fool's post, it was fake and stuff like that. It goes to show you like how much research that they really do into things before they start putting it out there to all the people who follow them and to all the people who trust them for actual gaming news. And they got like the rug pulled over them in such an easy way that like doesn't make any sense.
Well, let's just leave it at this. If you click on the damn page that he has less than 1,000 anything followers following. Halo does not have that. Okay, Halo has tens of thousands and that follow them, and you know, whoever they want to follow, they follow. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. So you know, to have that to as soon as I clicked on it, because I saw it at first, it looked legit, and then I clicked on the page, and I'm like, does anybody else, you know, this doesn't come from anybody else. It came straight from that page. And I was like, oh, this is funny. People are going to eat this up because it looked perfect. You know what I mean? And I'm like, well, you can't hate on somebody for making something that looks like a legit like statement. Like, you can't hate on them. Like, we don't know who they are. Like, kind of shame on them at the same time, but it's also pretty funny to me.
Yeah. I mean, it is funny, but again, I have certain questions with the people who thought this was real. But yo, real quick, shout out to the friendly neighborhood Blue Shell one more time, hitting up that super chat. Thank you, brother, for the support. He said Quantum Break is the one game that won't get a sequel, but deserves it so much. He's like, I blame Resolution Gate. Resolution Gate destroyed many good Xbox exclusives last gen. Sorry, I almost ranted. And then he used some of the member emojis right there for Fizzy real quick. And I got to say, dude, you are absolutely correct. Quantum Break, for people who got to the end, you know, it screams sequel when you beat that game. Absolutely screams sequel. Not only that, Sunset Overdrive. I feel like Sunset Overdrive had a really good start with it, the first game, and all they can do was get better, you know, with a sequel. Make it co-op multiplayer instead of having that kind of like divided like little multiplayer section in the game. Make it co-op multiplayer, expand it out. They could have done so many things with that, but again, those games came out at a point in time where I know I've said this before. This probably won't be the last time I said it, but when it came to Quantum Break, somebody literally asked me in an Xbox Live party, "Oh, is that game any good? I heard it's only 900p," and I'm like, "Well, dude, like resolution doesn't really have anything to do with if the game is good or not. Like, you know." First off, resolution and graphics are two totally different things. Second of all, you still have story, you still have gameplay and other elements to the game, you know, to consider in terms of how good a game is. Like, but that's how bad it got during quote unquote Resolution Gate. Literally, people were looking at the overall resolution and trying to dictate on whether or not a game was good if it was, if it wasn't if it wasn't 1080p. It was supposed to be native 1080p at that point in time, and if it wasn't that, it was automatically trash. Which it was. I gotta say, it was a dark time in the gaming community. It's gotten a little bit better now, but to try to tell people with common sense, like, it's not about the overall resolution, and to have people literally fight back at a comment like that, saying like, oh, well, no, the game's trash, it's not 1080p. It was a really bad time in the community, man. And on that note, I forgot what we were talking about. What
You on the soapbox?
You supposed to, you supposed to do your rants after everybody else says what they have to say. That's all. I mean, listen, come on.
Then we
That's
talk
something
about
that-
transitions there.
As a host talking to another host. I mean, come on, brother. You supposed to let the panel get their shit out, then rant.
But see, that's something you know how strongly I feel about that.
I
man.
know, because I totally agree with that. Yeah, no, I mean, I blame the Xbox community with it as well. Like, I mean, they really fell for the Dulo for that. It was ridiculous. But
Dude,
all right,
like I said, I was in an Xbox party, so somebody who owned an Xbox was asking me about that. Like, I was like,
right,
Did-
yeah, no.
Did Kimega just refer to himself as a host?
Absolutely.
he is the
Wow.
hostess with the mostest.
Oh, yeah, Dart. Yeah, you already know I was going to go with that. I'm just going to leave it alone. You already know I was going to go with that. But never mind. Let's just keep. Let's just move on. He already knew the delicious slander was coming his way. So I was just like,
how I knew that tweet. That fucking tweet was fucking fake. That's how quick I was.
Wow. All right. Well,
Oh,
let's go to Dark next on this one, man.
Yeah.
Dark, you already heard. You heard a lot of it. I don't know. Did you see the tweets today? Of course, you got Kotaku, but then I thought the God of War one. I think that was a more traditional kind of like April Fool's thing where like, oh, the game's coming out this year. Like, instead of disappointment, it was more like excitement and pull it back real quick. You know what I'm saying? I feel that that's a more traditional kind of like April Fool's type joke. But what do you think about these? What do you think about what happened with Kotaku? What do you think about the God of War thing? And do you think these things are funny? Because we have people that are literally staying away from social media, Twitter, Facebook, stuff like that, because they just don't know what's real and what's fake on this day, bro.
So to speak on the whole Kotaku thing, like, how the fuck did you not see that was fake?
Thank you.
As soon as I saw it, dude, I was like, that's fucking fake. Like, what the fuck?
No, we're gonna
like,
run
how
with
do you?
it's real, man.
Yeah, like, how are you gonna run with that shit to make it seem like it's fucking real? Oh my god, I don't understand it. I don't understand it. But I mean, that's the gaming. That's Kotaku. That's Kotaku. That's how they are, man. They just. I feel like I never knew who Kotaku was until my buddy actually brought it up to me one time in college. And I was just like, who the fuck is Kotaku, dude? And he's just like, oh, it's a gaming. They talk about games and stuff. I was like, I went on there one time. I went on there maybe like one or two times. And I was like, man, fuck this shit.
You don't know what they're talking about.
They don't know what they're talking about. They don't. They really don't. And I was just like, no, I'm not. I don't like Kotaku. I mean, more power to them. Make their money. Do whatever you got to do. But I'm not a fan. Like. Just they could go away tomorrow, and I'd be like, oh, okay, yeah, that's fine, whatever. The whole April Fool's thing, dude. You're not. I'm sorry, but you're not funny. You're not. You're not funny. Like, you're not at all.
You're not funny for K Mega soundboard. Dark Optimus going. You're not funny.
You're just not. Like. At all. It's a lot of it's cringe, man. A lot of it's like, like you had something there, like the whole Netflix with Ragnarok thing. I was like, oh, you had something, no, and I never found it to be funny ever. Like anything like I like the classic April Fool's jokes, like people, pranking each other, but like pranking about video games and all that stuff. It's just like, oh gosh. I mean, every year it's the same thing. It's always like, this game is gonna come out, or this game's getting delayed, or it's always the same thing. I mean, yeah, some of them are clever. I will give them that. I will say that they are clever, but it's just not funny to me. Like I consider people who are funny on another level, like people that are actually funny, like comedians. Like they're in a space of their own. They're not they are not like most of the people on this day today. Um, so it's just I feel like a lot of comedians take this day off just because of all the bullshit and shenanigans that go on. Like if I was a comedian, that's what I would do. I would just take this day off. I'd be like, I'm gonna take this day off, not even go on social media and do anything. Um, but yeah, I mean, I just don't. I I enjoy this day, but I don't enjoy it with social media and and the internet and all its bullshit. I try to stay away from it on this day, and I usually like do like my friends will do little pranks on me or whatever. Or I'll do a prank on them, or just little things here and
Yeah,
there.
hey,
But
Dark, your mom's pregnant, and I'm
right, yeah, something stupid, something completely ridiculous, but so that aspect of it is fun, but some of these guys think that they're fucking comedians, like they're
Well,
fucking
see, Black Rider actually put in the chat that he thought you were a comedian, sir.
yeah, that would be the day, right? um but I just think that this day is always, especially for gaming, is always like the dreaded day. We always know when it's coming up. We're like, oh, okay, yep, April 1st is coming. All right, it's time to just sit back and not even be on social media or on not that I think that some of that stuff couldn't come true. Actually one year, I think one thing actually did come true to be something out of April Fools, but I can't remember what it was. It must not have been that significant. So I mean, some good things do come out of that, but for the majority of it, it's just a bunch of hogwash and shit like
Hogwash.
that.
I
Hogwash.
did not wake up this morning thinking I would hear the phrase hogwash, but it just.
I'm surprised you even woke up this morning.
Dude, I woke up late. I did. Thanks to the Don and K Mega keeping me up until
Sounds about right.
almost
Yeah.
3:30 in the morning, playing that Outriders, bro. That what Crispy said, that gaming crack right there. But
Yeah.
let's go to K Mega on this. I think Mega might have an interesting insight into this. We saw the whole thing with Kotaku. Definitely share your thoughts on that. But we also saw the God of War fan page and what they did, and there was other ones too. I think those were like the two biggest ones that I saw that got the biggest reactions. And then with Kotaku, dude, I think it's insane that they were professional and somehow they missed the signs that wasn't real. But what are your thoughts, bro?
Professional.
Yeah, no, I mean that's the whole
They're
point
supposed
of
to
it,
be,
man.
man.
I did a video yesterday, and I was trying to. I don't know what was going on with Streamlabs, but I was trying to record a video and then post it, upload it to YouTube like Tuesday, but for some reason it wasn't working. But it was talking about the same thing that the video that I was making was talking about, was this clout chasing. It's crazy. See, like everybody, when a big story comes, you see like everybody, mostly like 95% of content creators go straight to their channels and start making videos and talking about
Dude,
it. Whoa.
I did that in the beginning too, man. I'd be like,
Right.
yo, I gotta go. I gotta make a video real quick.
Right. And I was doing it too for a bit, and then I pumped the brakes because
Yeah.
there was one time that I said it and I was wrong. And I had to eat the crow on it. I had to accept the L, and then I just like, you know what? I am going to just wait, because everybody's going to talk about it first and everything, and then I'm going to just think about it from outside and then go within and then see how it plays out. Then once we know what's really going on, it's there. Because I mean, yeah, it's always cool to try to be the first, but when you're the first fool, it doesn't feel so good.
Exactly.
And that's the thing with what Tataku did. And this is why, if anything, why Xbox gamers have been really sick and tired of the gaming media. And not all the people, like it was just like I said in that video yesterday, was that, yeah, there's a lot of people that may not like Ryan McCaffrey, but at least you know where he's coming from. He's an Xbox fan, but he's not as hardcore as Colin Moriarty as he is a like diehard PlayStation fan.
Mm.
But the thing of it to me is that at least you know where he's coming from. You know where Colin's coming from. And sometimes you may not agree with what he's saying, what McCaffrey's talking about. But at least it seems like he has some kind of interest, some interest within it. And and that's fine. But you got people out here that will just completely just clout chase, just lie, or just go with whatever crazy lame brain story just to say that they were first, or just to say, hey, or just to get the attention, to get the clicks. And that's what's the most dangerous thing about what we see from the gaming media, what we're seeing from some certain content creators. And that's when you look at it in like, who do you trust? Who really is trying to do this for the fan base, or whether you're just trying to do this for monetization? And that's the thing, is like, I'm never going to try to steer my listeners wrong. I never will. You know what I'm saying? I don't care if I never get to a high plateau. I'm never going to put my voice out there to just spew bullshit. Now, there might be people who won't agree with what I got to say and say that it's bullshit, but that's a whole different thing, because but what I'm going to tell you is from deep within. And I'm going to swear to God that I'm right about it. And if I'm wrong, I will admit it. That's the biggest thing about it. Like, I don't think if anybody didn't jump on the people from Tataku, or the person who did that article, if they didn't jump on his ass, then I think that they probably would have just kept it quiet and swept it under the rug and kept moving. But because there were so many people that's like, look, yeah. And when I first seen it myself, I looked and I was like, oh, what? And then I had to look around like, man, no, something ain't right here. This doesn't make any sense. Like, for all this information that I've gotten, from what I've seen and what I've heard from other people that I trust and things like that, I'm like, no, this don't even seem right. So when I looked, and then the first thing I seen was Chris Lee. I'm like, Chris Lee left beforehand. Hold on, wait a minute. And then I had to type it up, Google it up, and then I'm like, oh, he left in February. Then the next thing I went to was looking for the blue check mark. I didn't see that, and then I seen the amount of people who was following that, and I said, oh, this isn't them. And I'm not a journalist, and I picked that up just like that. Yeah, the first thing I read was like,
maybe you should be a gaming journalist, because you seem to do more than what they did. Like,
yeah, and like, that's the embarrassing thing about it. Yeah, you're right. People make mistakes, but you constantly see this over and over again. It is funny because I like to read articles instead of like going and listening to other people's videos all the time. No offense to anybody else's videos and stuff like that. It's just that I want to kind of absorb the information, and they'll go research it myself, and then like, if I'll listen to podcasts and see what they say, but I'd rather research it that way and then absorb it, so then I can have something to talk about within, whatever podcast that I'm on or whatever. And it's funny because when you see something that's in these like Reddit pieces or something like that, they'll take the shit word for word and just post it. And the people that's already giving out this information do not know this. And I'm like, whoa, how's the gaming media, some of these people in the gaming media, taking something that they may have actually, instead of them doing their research, they're going to listen to something off of a video, or they're going to look at somebody who posted this shit in Reddit, or some other entity or whatever, instead of knowing they're part of the media. They should have all access to talk to damn near anybody. So why is it that they're not fully going after the scoop from within the industry? Why do you have to listen to some content creator and then post it? If you pay attention to it, they do it all the time. And there's some media people out there that's really legit, but again, it just isn't as genuine as it was before the social media and the content creators really start taking over the gaming space. It's just not as genuine as it was. It used to be where you had Adam Sessler and them, they would tell you, they would do their reviews, and you would have game trailers, and you would have all these other entities back then that would just that would be more, that was neutral, and they would give you the good and the bad and let you decide. Now you have articles where people are telling you what to think. And that is the most damning and most dangerous thing that you can do with anything. And that only makes the console war even more prevalent. You know what I'm saying? Because because of the fact that people, this is what they hang their hats on instead of actually going back to the old ways. As I got to quote something from the Justice League from Darkseid, back to the old ways. And you know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? And doing it the right way. You know what I'm saying? And that's, I mean, I thought that was a dope ass
Snyder quote.
Dude,
oh,
I thought that was a dope
amazing.
I thought that was a dope ass line. I was like,
yeah,
he was like, let's take it back to, you can grab the ships. We're doing it the old way. I'm like, ooh. But anyway, so that's the thing to me that bothers me the most, is that this is why we have a distrust with the gaming media. And now we're starting to see PlayStation fans get a little bit of the taste of it because of the situation I read from Forbes. There's the Paul Tazzi, I think that's his name, who's posted the stuff, and he's over here kind of throwing that slander at PlayStation, saying, hey, I want to play my third parties on Xbox. And PlayStation fans don't like that shit. No. The media is supposed to be on our side. PlayStation has been the darling. No, not so much anymore. They're stumbling into this generation. And I know that there's people in the chat that's over here going to tell me, no, Mega, this, that, they sold 6 million. Okay, so why is it there's so many people out there still looking for a PlayStation 5? They may have sold 6 million, but they're sitting in somebody's house or warehouse or garage that's over here selling you a PlayStation 5 for $1,000, $2,000.
Well, Mega,
that's who got them.
Mega,
the
their whole thing, they're saying like, well, PlayStation is number one and stuff like that. And I'm thinking to myself, well, Sony used to be number one when it came to, music playing devices as well.
Exactly.
All right.
Yeah.
Ford was number one when it came to automotive. Even back in the 90s, Honda was number one when it came to the car space. Like, you're only number one for a certain amount of time.
So long. And I said this, I think last week, was that, look, I mean, PlayStation's had a fantastic run. But as all the Rome does fall, and eventually there's going to be enough mishaps to where there's going to be somebody from the bottom that's going to get back to the top. It is just natural progression, and it's going to happen. It may not happen this generation. It might not happen the next. But eventually, someone, something, some entity is going to dethrone PlayStation's high mighty stance. It's going to happen. And so that's the thing of where you just have to – it's just business. Everybody who's hungry, who wants that top spot, they're going to work harder. Just like PlayStation worked really hard to get back to where they were with the PlayStation 4, and Xbox stumbled into last gen. It's just that simple. So again, the media is now starting to twist a little bit, trying to throw a little shade. Then you have, other people that are still trying to hold on to the cause. But I guarantee you, as long as Game Pass is doing what they're doing and Xbox is is going on all cylinders like it's doing, you're going to start seeing more and more people start to sway over. You're already starting to see content creators starting to talk positive about Xbox when if you said anything about Xbox, that would be like to Scarlett's letter. So again, the media has been the problem behind this, and I, for one, don't feel sorry for them for getting this slander thrown at them, because they got to stop it. They got to do better.
Got you, bro. Yo, Predator, what do you think about what's going on here? This April Fools 2021. You got Kotaku, you got the God of War fan page, which I did think it was funny, and checking out the comments. Some people got it pretty quickly. Others, man, they were riding high today, thinking that they were gonna get a deep dive gameplay reveal. God of War Ragnarok coming out this year. And they didn't bother to read the fine print at the bottom of the pictures, man. But what do you think about what transpired here today? And what do you think about April Fools in the gaming community when it comes to like social media, bro?
I don't mind the jokes. I think they're funny. Like we there was one that was posted in our Twitter, whatever we're doing there.
The DM
with Garen Thumb, our DM with Garen Thumb, where he did the whole Halo rifle. I thought that was funny. Even though I knew it was a joke, but it was really well put together. Like he went through the whole routine, and I'm pretty sure people in the chat have no idea what I'm talking about. But basically, he took a Halo battle rifle and he did a review. He's a gun enthusiast, and he did a review of the Halo battle rifle. He had one like a mock-up one with him, and he went through the whole thing as if he was actually reviewing a regular weapon, and it was funny, but it was like it was legit, like it was a legit review, even though it was fake. But it was like it was the same way he would normally do a review, and so that was really well done. Some of the stuff that people have been posting out here is like it's stupid. Like it's April 1st. We should know if you've been in the gaming community long enough, you know that people are gonna make jokes. Remember the Zelda movie one? That I think IGN did that one. I think.
I vaguely remember that one.
It was like you could tell it was fake, but you can tell they put a lot of work and effort into it. You know, they did the whole video and everything, a whole mock-up and stuff. Like they put work into it, and I can appreciate the work they put into it because it's just for fun. Some people are trying to spill this stuff like it's legit news, you know. And so, like on a day like today, it's almost like even legit news that came out today. I was kind of scratching my head, like, is this real or not? You know, like the Sony studio that closed. I thought that was fake. You know, like. So I didn't know.
The Japanese studios.
Yeah, and so
I did too. That's why I waited to post it later than anybody.
Yeah,
like
now,
like, well, I
like how we were
that.
talking a minute ago, like you know, like this is something that the gaming community doesn't have, right? And I know there's some sports enthusiasts out there, like you know, in sports there's beat writers. They go out, they get the interviews, they go out and they talk to the people while they're working out, or they talk to somebody that knows somebody that can give them good information, and they work. You know, they're pushing it. You start off as a beat writer in the news industry, and you work your way up the chain. You know, like you got to make those contacts, and it seems like in the gaming industry, like the contacts are us. It's the podcasters. It's you know, it's the people who it's like the random person that finds something, you know, and then we post it on Twitter, and they quote us. They're not going out and doing the work themselves. They're letting us do the work for them, and then they're spreading that as the truth without actually even following up to see if it's true or not. And that's their job. Their job is to find the news, and we give it to them a lot of the times, and whether it's real or fake, and they run with it. You know, and we made this joke before in the past. I'm like, if I post, if I put a post out there and I say, you know, Microsoft just bought, Remedy. Sources tell me Microsoft is purchasing Remedy, blah, blah, blah. Like, it will get spread for at least a couple of hours before someone realizes it's fake.
Dude,
and I can almost guarantee
you threatened to put information like just put a post out like that to see how like it takes off.
I wouldn't do that because it would ruin my credibility. But the thing is, the IGNs, those gaming medias out there, they will post shit like that, and it doesn't ruin their credibility. Like, we still go to them because that's the source. That's where it's coming from, and we expect them to do their job, and they never do. And they don't do their job the way they're supposed to. They don't follow up to make sure something's right before they fucking post it on their website. And so like that's why a lot of people don't trust these people anymore. We go to people like I'm trying to think of an insider right now off the top of my head, like Rand or somebody like that. Like, we can go to them because
Killer Brill.
Yeah, like we start putting our faith in those people. But the thing is, when you look on IGN, those are the people they're quoting. So you would think they would contact them and be like, "Hey, where do you get this information from? Is this legit?" Like, they don't follow, they just post it. They'll link the Twitter feed on there, and that's how their news gets spread on their website.
That's a great point, man. That we've seen a lot more of that. You know, going from last generation into this generation, they've been posting from quote unquote insiders on social media and running with that as fact. Like,
well, we saw something on Recent Era when they said that you know, Microsoft is scratching booty holes in Sweden, and like they'll post that shit. Like, in this, I just don't get, like, it's them. They're supposed to be.
It's just in, guys. Microsoft is scratching booty holes in Sweden.
Yeah, I mean, I can't think of a fake leak right now, but it's like, but they post that kind of shit on their website, you know. And so, like, on a day like April Fool's, like, if this validate the source. That's like not just on April Fool's, just anything in general. Like, and that's why sometimes, like when we do these shows, and I talk about this behind the scenes with Xbot and the crew, and I'm like, that's a rumor. Let's not talk about that yet. You know, let's wait and see. Let it fester for a little bit and see what happens with it before we say something about it. Because at the end of the day, it's a rumor. We don't know if there's any truth to it. And like Dark was saying a while ago, it's like, you know, I want to know if it's truthful before I start discussing it. Like, I don't want to start like blabbing off and then be like, oh, it's fake. You know, like that's clickbait. You know what I'm saying? And I don't like that. I don't like that we as a group, not us on the panel, just like us in the gaming community, we spread the shit sometimes. Like, and it's fucked up. Like, we shouldn't do that. Like, make sure it's truthful before you start saying, oh yeah. Like sometimes I see stuff and I'm like, oh, I'm doing I used to do this a lot. I used to dig and find out stuff. I'm like, oh wait, that's happening. Okay, cool. I wouldn't even post it or mention it. I would just wait first before I even just put a tweet out there. When I was like big and trying to be an insider and stuff like that, like, and some of the stuff I saw was legit truthful shit, but like some of it wasn't, you know, and you know, it makes you look bad when you put something out there and it's not true. And the thing is, I'm just a guy at home with a cat and a dog and kids. Like, that's not my job. That's IGN's job. They should be the ones going out trying to find out if this shit is true or not before they start posting it out there on their fucking website and putting in articles, you know, like in co-signing for that shit. So, I mean, I think today was stupid. Like, I mean, some of the stuff was fun. It's funny when it's really well put together, but some of it is just like, why are you even trying this right now? Like, this doesn't make any sense. It wasn't really well thought out, you know. And I hate April 1st. Like, I try to stay away from Twitter when on this day, because I know the very first thing I opened this morning was just a reminder. It's April 1st. Don't believe everything you see today. It's gonna be some bullshit. And that's like on Reddit, you know, like of all places. And so, and of course, you know, and you start seeing this stuff filtering in, and you don't even know it's true or not. And so, like, the whole, like, the stuff that's actually legit, like, it won't resonate to us until like maybe like tomorrow, you know, when we start talking about it. But like, a lot of stuff that we saw today was just bullshit. It's fun. It's all in good sense and humor. But damn, like, I don't know, like, you can't trust the shit you see on April 1st, guys. Just know that going forward for the rest of your life.
For the rest of your life,
Yeah,
especially when social media is such a big part of people's lives now. Like, it's just an extension of locker room talk and stuff like that. All kind of like, you know, all that kind of like small stupid conversation all put together. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, definitely. But I don't know, guys. It's after 10. I know there was one more topic. I think we should leave that for next week and kind of dive in as like a full-fledged topic, because we were going to get into Phil Spencer and what he's done with the Xbox platform. You know, I think we should save that until next week, because that can be a really long topic, because I wanted to hear you guys like what he's done that has been good for the Xbox platform and the gaming industry, and what he needs to work on. So that could be a long topic in and of itself. So I'm gonna throw it out there that we'll keep that for next week as one of the main topics. You know, besides whatever happens, you know, throughout the week in terms of gaming news. But you know, it's funny that this show landed on April 1st. By the way, I think I don't know offhand, and I'm pretty sure I don't think K Mega does either. I don't think Next Podcast has ever landed on April Fools before. So it was interesting, yo. Huge shout out to the chat for all you guys hanging out with us on this Thursday, on this April Fools, on this launch day for Outriders. It was cool to see all you guys. You know, we had YouTube personalities. We had, you know, the big community people in here. You know, everybody. I appreciate the support so much with this channel, with this show. You guys, it means a lot, you know. And with that being said, yo, if you haven't done it yet, hit that thumbs up button. Share this show out, because guess what, yo, even after we're done, you know, going live, people can check this out afterwards and kind of comment and stuff like that, which you know, I do my best to try to, you know, check out every single comment and respond when necessary. I don't respond to them all. But if you ask me a question or something like that, or you put something out there that I feel like I need to respond to, I am in the comment section as well. But guys, it's another next podcast, another show in the books. Season 4. We have been going since 2016. That's right, people. We are here to stay. It is the next podcast, guys. Like a 40-year-old with a comb over. It is time to get those plugs in. And I'm going to start at the West Coast tonight. So, Knoxximus, what have you got for us? Are you special guesting or anything coming up, bro?
No, you guys can find me on Twitter, Darkonimus. You can also find me on Xbox and PlayStation with the same name. And yeah, man, I'll be here next week, Thursday, of course, as always. I don't know. Who knows if I'll have a guest star and something. I don't know yet. Usually, I'm always last to know. Usually.
Hold on, somebody's telling me I'm missing super chats. I am looking here. Hold on. I'm looking in the super chat section, and no, I did not.
Neighborhood Blue Shell, did you get that one?
I believe so. Huh? Yeah.
$20.
Yeah, you did 2 of them. That was the Quantum Break one.
Go ahead and do your outros. I'll scroll for you.
Huh?
Z Black Rider, did you get his?
Ooh. Oh no, I did not. Hold on, yo! Shout out to Z Black. Dude, hit up the super chat again. My bad, bro. I did not see. When you see Mads wearing a team's T-shirt, you'll know Phil just bought all of Poland. Yo, you are crazy, bro. Yo, shout out to Mads as well. I am part Polish, so love seeing that dude kind of grow his channel and everything like that. So that was one. I think I got the rest, bro. I think I got the rest. So, yo, Z Black Rider, my apologies, bro. Thank you for saying something, man. I definitely, any super chats, I definitely want to put them out there. That's the thing when it's super chat. You got to say it out loud. So, yeah, no, I said both of Blue Shells, Z Black Rider. Trust me, okay? I did both of Blue Shells, and the only one I missed was you, Z. And I do apologize for that. Hopefully I made it up. I made it up to you, and put it out there now. And again, shout out to Mads, the Polish gamer over there. Let's go Predator next. Yo, Predator, what do you got going on? What do you want to share? And are you gonna plug your OnlyFans one more time, bro?
Where's Christopher Hart at today? He's probably checking out my page right now.
He's paying that subscription, bro.
No, I'm playing Outriders tonight. I'm waiting to end this show so I can fight this giant ass fucking spider, with the crew. So let's end this shit. I ain't got shit going on this week.
Hold on, with the crew, does that mean me too? Is that what you're saying?
See, you part of the crew? I don't think so.
Oh, really?
I'm actually at the part we were at before we got fucking.
Dude, that side mission.
Yeah,
I want to get that side mission done, bro.
Bring it on. So yeah, playing that tonight. I don't know what I'm gonna do this week. I don't like asking people if I can be on their show. I kind of like let them invite me. Like K-Mac is good at that. He'll tell me I can come on when I want. But for everybody else, and I can always do the shop whenever I feel like it. But I haven't done podcasts with anybody else in a while. It's been a while. I think K-Mac, you're the last time I've been on anybody else's show was yours. So
damn.
And that was a while back. So
that was a while back, yeah.
Yeah. So I don't really podcast as much anymore. I've been trying to play more games instead of talk about them. So I don't know. We'll see. I mean, if I'm up, and I go to sleep pretty early too, so I can't be doing these late night fucking 2 a.m. podcasts like K-Mag has asked me doing 5 hour long shows. So I try and get in and get out. If I can do like a 2-hour show, then that's it. But if anybody out there wants me on a show, of course I'll do it. I'm always down to jump on and talk gaming. But see y'all next Thursday.
Nice.
Happy April Fool's Day.
Well, I
Boy,
will
these
let,
bastards be sounding sad. Don't him and Ottoman sound sad. Like they choose not to be on podcasts, but then yet they like,
no, I just
oh, nobody don't want
I don't choose. I just wait for whoever invites me.
I wait for an
you know?
invite. Yeah, I don't like asking. Like, can you come on your show?
Can I come
I
on
think
your
when I
show?
was actually having my own podcast, it was like, I didn't mind getting my name out there, but now that I don't do that anymore, I just jump on and talk whenever somebody wants me to. So
Yeah, I feel you. I feel you.
but I do support everybody's channels. Everybody, We Bleed Green, everybody. I'd step in and say hi and maybe send a super chat or two and show them the love. So make sure you guys support your podcasters because we are the real news media out there.
oh, we need to get a soundbite of that one, yo. That was awesome, Pred. Crispy, you're quiet towards the end, man, and we all know you are definitely on a bunch of shows. You are a podcaster in this community. Why don't you let people know who don't know what other shows you're on and anything else you have to offer, bro? Now's the time.
Well, I'm glad to be back. Hopefully the tributes don't come next time. I happen to get a Series X in my hands.
Brother,
I
we
couldn't help
are kind of
myself.
disappointed. We are disappointed. You know why? This entire show, you did not say ecosystem.
Ecosystem or plethora either.
There we go.
See? There you go. All right. And I only said Gears twice, I think. So, well, that's 3 times. So, yeah. But at Chris Bomb on Twitter, Chris Bomb 28, Xbox Live. Yes, you're going to probably find me on Outriders from the period of time. You could probably get me to play Gears, but I'm probably still going to want to play Outriders. Just warning you. Yeah. And we got Breakfast of Boom generally, not this week, but the following week I'll be on there Friday. And we got Retro Renegades Tuesday, 7 p.m. Of course, you can find me back here on the next podcast, 8 p.m. Thursdays.
Prime time, baby. Beautiful. Absolutely beautiful. And of course, he is getting his announcements ready. He has that long list. When it comes down to it, his former job did not realize that they unleashed the content creating beast that is K Mega, his YouTube channel, his streaming channel, and everything in between. K Mega, let them know what is going on with you throughout this week, bro.
Let's get it. All right, tomorrow night, GRG. I'm going to apologize in advance because I usually at Thursday nights, I don't stream. I don't do anything. I just work on doing my gameplay and doing all types of stuff, setting up for the channel. For gameplay and all that stuff for GRG. I'm not even gonna fuck with it. Y'all just gonna see a rerun. I'm just telling you this now. Like if you say, "Oh man, I saw that last week," sorry, I'm gonna be on this Outriders, bro. That's what I'm gonna be doing. So, I'm just not even. If you're looking for new
game, bro.
Yeah, if you gotta look for some new gameplay, I'm sorry, it ain't gonna be this week. But also, I do apologize for not having Fight Night Sunday. Man, I took the last of the Pfizer COVID shot, and I was cool right after I took it and everything. And then, of course, the body got sore. And then, like that Saturday, Sunday, and part of Monday, I felt like somebody just came in my house and said, "Hey, are you K Mega?" I'm like, "What's up then?" And got my ass beat. And I didn't want no more problems. I felt awful. But I'm good. I feel great. And you know what I'm saying? Matter of fact, my back is not even hurting as much as it has been. So after my injury, so I'm like, yo, is this a super serum? What's happening here? So I'm good. So Fight Night will definitely be back. I'm ready to thump somebody's head. I think we might start off with some Killer Instinct. I don't know. I think I'm ready.
Ooh.
So yeah, if that's something that you want to come in here, bot. You know what I'm saying? Because you always want to throw this, and now mostly everybody is starting to get a Series X or at least a Series S. We could probably get a chance to start playing Mortal Kombat. Now, I am ultra rusty because we haven't had everybody who's a part of the team that comes on and fight with us to play. So, but hopefully now people are catching up and we can play some
I need more
Mortal Kombat
footage of beating you in KI for the show. So.
It won't happen again. I promise you that. So yeah, bring it. And also let's see. I just stream. I'm going to start streaming on a regular basis throughout the week, starting off like on Tuesday, Wednesday, off Thursday, doing GRG Friday, Saturday, and then Sunday. Bro, I'm going to go all in. Oh, also, the GRG podcast and Devin the Gamer will be on as well is on Spotify, iHeartRadio, SoundCloud, and it's on one other thing I can't think of right now. But yo, check us out, man. We doing it. And then I'm working on two more projects. I'm on my James Brown. I'm about to be the hardest working podcaster out there. I'm getting it. Now I got this free time. It's about to get to it. So yeah, I got GRG extra that's going to be coming, and then me and Don is working on something on the side. Let's get it. I'm ready. See y'all Friday night, baby. Let's do it.
Nice, brother. And let's see. We got a super chat here from the friendly neighborhood Blue Shell. Again, a long-standing supporter of this channel and this show. Dude, always a pleasure. Thank you so much for the support. He said, if possible, I hope to become a Predator in the Halo 5 lobbies this weekend. Brother, I am down. My job, the plant I work at, it's closed. It's shut down for inventory. So it shut down yesterday. It doesn't start back up until next Wednesday. So I am around that whole time. So this weekend, if you want to get in on Halo 5, I am definitely down, brother. I'm pretty sure we might be able to talk K Mega into
I'm with
us.
it.
You know,
You said Halo 5. I'm always with that.
And then if you say Halo 5, I'm pretty sure the Don's ears are ringing right now. They're perked up like, yo, somebody talking about Halo 5 multiplayer. Like I'm pretty sure he'd be ready to go as well. So we could do this, bro. We could definitely do this. But again, huge shout out to you guys. Thank you so much for hanging out with us. Another episode of Next Podcast in the books. That is right, people. We are live every Thursday, 8 p.m. And you know that is prime time, baby. Not only that, this channel is the home of the Series X podcast as well. For those Xbox gamers out there who are tired of the console wars and you just want to talk about the platform that you prefer to play on. No talk of any other platform whatsoever. Me and Jamie Moran, a.k.a. the Elusive Gamer, come to you on Sundays, 6 p.m. Eastern, for the Series X podcast. Thank you guys so much for hanging out with us. We will see you next week for the next podcast. Have a great night, everybody.
Let's do it.
Ooh.
No, we ain't doing that. Get out of here.
Steve Downs, the voice of Master Chief, Spartan 117. And you're tuned in to Next Podcast. Now, wake me when you need me.